What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Backstop Banter. I had my co-host Michael with me. I think the man accidentally might have closed out the tab, but I'm sure Michael is going to be back. So until then, I'm flying solo, Michael. Oh, there he is. See, I knew he wouldn't let me down. That's the beauty of being live, Michael. You're back, just like that. I thought I was going to have to do the show by myself.
That was crazy. As soon as you said we're going live and my phone said notification, you guys are live, I disappeared.
Well, you know what? You're back now, and that's what matters.
I am back now.
How we doing?
Better than ever. Well, I'm doing wonderful. A little tense in my shoulders, but that's what work does for you. It's just been a rough few days, but hanging in there, having my mug of water.
Okay, you got to stay hydrated. I got my
That's right.
Fruit 2.0 here.
What is that?
It's Fruit 2.0. It's flavored water.
See, that's ridiculous. Like, it's water. Just drink water. We're about to have a segment on this now.
No, I mean, we can. It's no problem. We'll do it after the ad reads, okay? Because, of course...
Wait, first I have to know before you get started. Is it Propel water?
No, I hate Propel.
Okay.
I used to drink... Actually, it's funny. I used to drink Propel as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, I just... Ugh. My dad still drinks it, but I can't do it anymore.
I would force myself to drink it because I thought it was cool to drink flavored water, but I was like, no, I can't handle this. I'm done.
That's why I like Fruit 2.0. It actually tastes good. But all right. We'll get into it. Paying the bills, as I like to start off every show doing. So if you're into the betting world, which actually me and Michael are kind of going to get into a little bit later on in the show because we have the odds for the World Series, contenders and everything of that nature. And hey, listen, maybe you want to place a bet on who you think is going to win that World Series. So go over to mybookie.ag, promo code USN100 to double your first deposit up to $1,000. Make sure you go and check that out. They do the betting thing right. No down payment type of thing. You can go at your own pace. So make sure you go check them out. Then, of course, head over to RxHemp, RxHemp-USN. Saves you 10% on your entire order. Michael, before coming on the stream, said he was a little tense in the shoulder area because, man's working hard providing a living for his family.
Yes.
So maybe Michael's going to head on over RxHemp-USN, save himself some 10% on the CBD creams, make him feel brand new when he goes into work the next morning.
That's right. Honestly, I probably really need to make that investment as quick as possible. I went on a little nature hike today, an adventure, as my children said. It's around my house. I live on a mountain like this, basically, but we have a pasture here where it's cleared off. So we walked to
one edge of the woods here.
Well, I mean, that's what we call it. It's cleared out land. When he was a lot younger, used to have
no, I just mean that's so country of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. A hill field. Anyways, so we went walking, and then my daughter sat on a rock because she had to pee, and we're like 3 acres away. I mean, not that far, but to her, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to make it back. She's 3 years old. I said, listen, honey, we're going to walk back home. Let's go so you can go potty. She said, I'm not going to make it. And I just started walking with the other 2 kids, and she started crying because she was sitting on the rock still. I said, what's the matter? She said, I'm going to fall. So I said, like this, and started rolling down the hill. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But, of course, she thought it was funny and laughed like crazy.
I thought you meant she fell down the hill.
No, I did. I fell down on purpose so she'd be happy and laugh. And then
what a guy.
Running. Always for the kids. That's why I have an Avengers ring.
Oh,
my son loves superheroes.
You don't like normal rings?
No, actually, we're going to get in a weird conversation here. I have a phobia of rings. My wife used to hate it because I would never wear my wedding band, but I was always afraid to get stuck on my finger. The metal just freaks me out. Yeah, I know it's a phobia. So now I just go with the silicones because if something happens, it can just get cut off.
Michael.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's real. Don't judge me.
That's scared of turtles. That one's worse.
I mean, yes, because they can attack you so fast. I'm getting you.
Michael, you're scared. I'm moving on. I can't even do this anymore.
What kind of phobia do you have?
I don't know. Death? I guess.
It's going to happen.
I know. That still doesn't mean I want it.
I agree. But one thing I'm not afraid about is, as I get it pulled up here, this great app that we're a part of, or this shindig we have here, is this beautiful
Patreon? Oh, the Patreon is beautiful, Michael. You're absolutely correct. Because as you can
What's so
see,
great?
if you want to
You can
become an
donate.
Unwrapped
Go ahead.
fan, well, listen, Michael, if you want to do it, you can.
Well, I was just going to go with it a little bit since I got the screen pulled up here. I guess why I'm not have any fears of this is because if you want to help us out, you can just give us $1 and you're just part of the family. Or if you're financially stable with all these stimmies that have been coming out, you can join the family and donate $5. And then there's also a higher tier where you're a unwrapped VIP of $10 a month. And there's different tiers of what you can get. $1, you're just part of our family and we appreciate you. The $5 a month, you can have 10% off of our Patreon code with the Unwrapped Tees shop that we'll get into, Teespring shop, and access to our 24/7 Discord chat that is popping like crazy. But if you're in the $10 per month, you can actually get 20% off of the Teespring shop that we'll show you here shortly. Access again to the Discord where you can actually interact with us. And also, we're going to be giving away this month at some point. I haven't heard when, but it's Ty Montgomery jersey.
David Montgomery.
Oh, whoa, my bad. Wrong Montgomery. David Montgomery. Ty Montgomery's like out. So, yeah. Amber, who just went on before us with her show, Ladies First, she actually won the, who was it? Keenan Allen jersey. She was actually talking to me on one of her shows that we were talking about. She said, I never win anything. And then she's like, I won this, guys. I'm kind of bad because I won it. But one great thing about it is we are just now really kicking this off. This is our second drawing that we will be doing. And this is what I'm just going to promote to you all on this. If you want to win something, now is the time to win it because it is still small as everyone is still joining. As we get on further into this, more members, least percentage chance that you can win. So join now, $10 a month. Not really that bad. That's only $120 a year. We spend that at McDonald's every year. So instead of going out one time, why don't you donate to us and help us get paid for this?
You make a wonderful point, Michael. And if you also want to help us get paid, you can head over to that shop that Michael was talking about, Teespring/stores/unwrapped. Go check out all the merch. We got Unwrapped merch. Backstop Banter has our merch. We got masks, t-shirts, fanny packs, hoodies, stickers, posters. I mean, basically, if you want something, we probably have it. As Michael, once again, is going to pull up our beautiful store. Look at those tank tops.
I really love the
cases.
sweatshirt.
I do. Oh, see the Friends one, not the show overrated, but the design fantastic.
Pivot.
Listen, I would watch How I Met Your Mother instead of Friends.
I mean, it's okay. I'd watch New Girl before both of them, but that's
me. The drip one is also one of my favorites. Big fan of that one. But you know, one's really my favorite, Michael. If you just keep on, well, I mean, then again, that generational sports one's really my favorite one too, as well. That one's real good. People's XFL, the fourth man. Oh, there it is. Backstop Banter. What a shirt. What a mask. Make sure you go and check out the store. As Michael, business casual basketball, keeping it blunt. It's beautiful. We're doing great things. But let's get into it. The reason why everybody is here is for the baseball. So
or the water debate.
What?
Or the water.
Yeah, the water. Listen, Fruit 2.0 is the way to go if you want to drink flavored water. I'm just telling everybody right now. It's fantastic. But let's get into the baseball stuff because there are some interesting things being done in the minor leagues, low A, different leagues of that nature. So I just want to run through some of them. We'll go one by one, I guess, go back and forth on what we think about it, see if we think it sticks, if it comes into the majors or anything like that. So in all AAA leagues, they actually have a slightly larger base with a less slippery surface on it as well. Now, I was told, or not told, I was listening to the Michael K show today, obviously the Yankee announcer. So even with that 3 inches, obviously, because if it's 90 feet originally, and then you add 3 inches, that makes it 89 feet and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So for first base, actually, they did move it the 3 inches away from home plate. So it's still technically 90 feet. But the interesting thing to me is they did not do that for the other bases. So technically now you're getting that 3 inches larger because obviously it's all corners. It's not just, one side. So you're getting 3 inches from the first base and 3 inches from the second base and then continue on and on. So technically now first to second is closer, second to third is closer, third to home is closer. I think that they're trying to do this to increase, people trying to steal and things like that. That's why the bag is less slippery. That's why, they're a little bit bigger, because we've seen the bang bang plays on steals and things of that nature. So those few inches might not seem like a lot, but it really does matter. Michael, you're killing me.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, I'm
carry
sure
on.
you are. But what are your thoughts on it? Slightly larger bases, less slippery surface for the all AAA leagues. They're trying it out.
It's interesting. I'm just happy that they're trying new things. It may be dumb things, but I'm just glad baseball is finally trying something. We've all loved what we have with the communication with the players in the field. I can't remember who it was, but there was this. It's on Instagram I was watching where the dude was out in left field, carry on a conversation, that center dancing. He said, "My shortstop just looked around, told me to hush. I'm too loud." We enjoy that, but we talk about this all the time. So I think making a bigger base and making it less slippery, is kind of pointless, really. But at the same time, I'm happy that they're trying it. I don't know how you make it less slippery. Like, it's not been a problem ever before, to my knowledge, of people
there's been times where, like, on a rainy day, they'll step on the base itself and they slip and slide off of it and they hurt themselves. So I don't know if since it's less slippery all the time, that even when it rains now, it still won't be. I mean, that's just me guessing.
If it's rain guarded or something, then okay, that helps, but it only helps so often, And besides, what's crazy is you don't even, I wonder what is the percentage of a person standing on base actually is, You tap it and you go on, you touch it and you lead off, and we're really making an addition to bases.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think they're trying to help. I think they're trying to help people steal bases, because, like I said, it's technically 6 inches altogether, because it's 3 from first base, 3 from second.
Okay,
so that's 89 and however many inches to the second. So I mean, maybe you're sliding, because how many times have we seen it? I mean, me being a Yankee fan, you can go back to 2004 when David Robertson
for the Spurs.
No, first of all, that was also a Yankee reliever. Who's the Dodgers manager?
Dave. Oh, shoot.
Screw, you're in here. What's his name? It's going to annoy me now. I think it is Dave Robertson.
We'll go with that. Sure.
Well, whatever. He stole second
Davey.
base. He stole second base, and he was safe, by an inch, literally. So now that's a bang bang play for me. Back then, now maybe he's safe easily. So I don't know. They're trying to uptick in stolen bases. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference in that category. Like you said, them trying something, I'm not against it. I just don't think this one is one of the ones that people should freak out too much about, or I don't know. It's just kind of a thing. Right. This next one, though,
I love small ball in baseball. I absolutely love it, the bunts and the steals and all that stuff. But that's an old timey thing now. Like, I don't think we're going to have base stealers out there quite a bit. We're just get on base, let somebody hit a home run. I mean, that's what baseball is now, basically. So to try to manipulate something to make base stealing more easier, I just think it's a waste of time. But I'm glad they're trying. Keep trying.
See, this is the one that I think is important, though. So this is in all AA, a requirement that all 4 infielders have their cleats within the outer boundary of the infield dirt when the pitch is delivered. That matters, because now you're taking away the shift. I mean, you're not technically taking it away all the way, because you can have, you can still put 3 people on one side of the infield, but you're not having somebody playing up against the fence in right field and then also somebody shallow right field. So that one I really like, because I think when everybody started implementing the shift, that's when you really saw everything completely change, from people being able to hit to, I'm just going to try to hit a home run because I'm going to get out anyway. Like, this actually does something for me. Like, this leads to more singles. This leads to more base runners. This leads to more action on the base pass. This leads to, things being messed up. What if the infielder or the outfielder messes up the ball now it can turn into a double. Like, this one means something.
I think it does, but again, you can still manipulate it to where you have it the way you want to. I mean, the pitch has to be delivered. So if you're trying to play, and this is off the cuff thinking here. So if you want someone in the shallow right field, you put your second baseman as back far as you can, and as soon as the pitch is delivered, you tell the shortstop to just run to right shallow field. That would be the guy.
But even then, that has to make the play harder.
I mean, they have a run and start. The only thing is if it's hit away from where they're going, there's no way they're getting it. But at the same time, they're running that way because more than likely the percentage is hitting that way. So, again, A for effort. To me, if you're going to try to keep them from shifting and doing different things like that, don't let them shift. Just say you have to have a first baseman, a second baseman, a shortstop, and a third baseman.
Yeah, like you said, I think with everything, there's always going to be holes in it. I don't think you're ever going to be able to have 100% of a rule that, there's no way around it. But like I said, I think this one is definitely a start to something. Like I said, I can't, countless times you see a hard hit ball into right field and you're like, oh, that's a guaranteed single. Like, good job leading off. And then all of a sudden the second baseman or shortstop is standing right there.
Right.
And like,
there's no bloopers.
Yeah. It kills the game. Like, those were exciting plays back then. Like, even like when I started watching baseball, which was not that long ago, obviously.
You're 15.
Yeah. Now this, but there was a blooper in between right field and the second base, and sometimes there'd be a dive for it, and they would miss it, and or they would make the play, and now it's gone. They're standing right there anyway. It's an easy out. Move on with your life. So I like this one. I think this is the one. I think this is one that I would actually pay attention to, because if you look at this and then all of a sudden, numbers start going up. With hits in those spots, it actually means something. I mean, and then again, it's the same with all of these rules. Honestly, if all of a sudden these larger bags actually do something, then I guess you have to pay attention to it, because, like you said, you like small ball. I thought it was fun too. I hate the fact that nobody steals bases. Brett Gardner, his entire career, always been fast, never steals a base ever. And it has always annoyed the ever-living God out of me. So, I don't know. But I like this one.
I mean, I understand it, and I'll say I'll support it, because here's me. I don't like the shift at all. I don't think you should do it. But I'm also not a coach. I'm not a manager. So, obviously, it's working. To me, it is fathom that people can't. And as I said, I mean, the ball's coming at you 90 miles per hour. How are you going to make it go where you want it to? But at the same time, personally, if you put on a shift and someone lays down a bunt to third base and the shift is for a left-handed batter, you could almost turn that into a triple. As crazy as that is.
Like I said, I remember a few years ago when Cano was on the Yankees, he bunted down the third base line and made it a double.
Really? So, I mean, to me, why not just, if they're going to give you something, take advantage of that. Like, if that's me. So I'll say I like the rule because it does kind of keep you somewhat honest, but I think they can fudge it a little bit to make it still be the same thing. But yeah, I mean, at least they're trying to prevent something that is ruining the game.
All right. Well, then the next one is
Sucks.
Goodness. I mean, honestly, you're not that wrong. This one doesn't really do anything for me.
No.
This is an all high A baseball, a requirement that pitchers must step off the rubber to attempt a pickoff move. This one doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, if anything, it takes away the ability to pick somebody off. The good lefty move from a lefty pitcher is, the straight up, and then they throw it over to first base, and it looks like they're pitching. That's gone now because, you have to step off the rubber. And obviously when somebody sees that, they're darting back to first base, second base, whatever base you want to talk about. So, like I said, this one doesn't really do it for me. I don't like this one. Like I said, I watched Andy Pettitte all those years. That was his, he made a living off that move. He was one of the best, to ever do it, that pickoff move to first base. So I don't like this one. I don't think it really sticks around. I don't see how it really does much either, besides just annoying the pitcher. So I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I'm just trying to think, because you have to step off the rubber on most things there when you make a move. mean, I'm just trying to visualize right now. Do the left-handed pitchers put all their weight on their front right foot and then just move it off so lightly and rocket it over there? Like, or do you have to step over there? What if they
It just
aren't?
says must step off rubber to attempt a pickoff.
Because in my head, I'm thinking because I am a lefty, I would just scoop my foot forward off of the rubber very lightly and then
See, I
throw
thought
it
you had
over.
to. I thought your foot had to be behind the rubber to attempt a
Let's
pickoff.
see, but it doesn't say that. It just says off the rubber. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would think it
No,
would
but
have
I'm
to go
saying I
behind
think
it.
if he goes in front of it anyway, it's a balk like always.
Right. Well, I mean, it per rule what you read there, it doesn't say it has to go behind.
No. But I'm saying I think that's a rule now. So like you can't move in front of the rubber. I thought you always had to be behind it. Then again, I don't know. So
Well, see, I was thinking you had to step off behind it before you made the pickoff, but you were saying even your left-handed pitcher there would just step over towards it and make the pitch or throw to first.
I don't know. It's semantics, I guess. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody hop in
Like I
here
said
and
though,
tell
I
us the
don't think this does anything.
Me neither.
All right. So the next one, this one is interesting. Like, I don't know how to feel about this one. This is in all low A baseball that you are limited to 2 pickoff attempts per plate appearance. And the third time you go to pick somebody off, you either have to get them leaning, you have to either pick them off or it's a balk.
I'm going to say I actually like that. Because I've been to a game at Cincinnati Reds where the pickoff was actually, I want to say 10 times they threw over. And it was the most boring thing. So I'm going to say I kind of like that rule. Because, I mean, it's either play ball or let's keep on it going, you know? So I kind of
Like I
like that.
said, this one doesn't, I don't know. I like it and I don't.
I feel like it's petty that we have to make that rule.
Oh yeah, it is. 100%.
Like that should be an unwritten rule.
Like, because here's the thing too. How many times have you seen it where somebody's warming up in the bullpen? So to get them extra time, they throw over six times in a row, knowing that they're not moving over a base. So it just becomes annoying. I kind of like it in this way too, because now you have to be strategic with your pickoff moves. It's you do those two. All right, so here's the thing. It does 2 things for me. The pitcher, you have to be strategic, and for the base runner, if you know they've thrown over 2 times in that one at bat.
There's that jersey.
Yes, sir. David Montgomery signed jersey right there. Make sure you go check that out, people. But so now as the base runner, if you know that they've thrown over 2 times, I'm taking a big lead. A big lead. Because like I said, now as the pitcher, you really got to start thinking. Like, yeah, this guy might run, but if I, attempt another pickoff move and he's safe somehow, he's getting there for free. At least, if I throw the ball, he tries to steal, my catcher makes a crazy play, he slips and falls running to second base, third base, then, I can actually get him out. So, I kind of agree with you. This rule is interesting to me. I think it's one that I'll actually pay attention to. Like I said, the larger bases, and it doesn't really do anything for me. The last one we talked about was stepping off the rubber, doesn't really do anything for me. This one's interesting because I think it brings something to baseball that, like you said, bro, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to see somebody get picked off 6 times in a row. Especially when it's a fast base runner over there, that they're going to throw over at least 3 times. So,
but that's like, Billy Hamilton. We all know who he is, and as a Reds fan, that was his whole career. And of course, he signed. I think we talked about him last week, maybe with the Indians as a minor league deal. So hopefully he can get back into the majors. But you could pick him off 6 times, but you still knew he was going to steal. That makes you have to be a little more. Sounds like we're trying to get small ball back. Maybe that's interesting.
See, that's the whole thing. I think they're going the NFL route, which is not a bad thing to try and copy. Is that they want more offense? We've seen offense, but we've seen it in terms of home runs. And while they're exciting, to me, it's almost like 3-pointers in basketball now. Like a 3-pointer, even 10 years ago, something like that was an exciting thing. Now you see teams like the Rockets, last year
Listen.
or the Warriors chuck up 40. So it's not special anymore.
Kentucky fan again. One of the things we used to do in Rupp Arena is we had signs, like it was a blue sign with a number 3 that was white in it that we would hold up every time we made a 3 in the 90s. And we actually, there was a section that would start taping them onto the rail every time we made one to keep track. I mean, could you imagine that now? I mean, that's kind of pointless to do. So, yeah. I mean, home runs, that's one thing that I don't like so much about the offense, because as a pitcher, you mess up on one pitch, you could lose a game because of one home run. I feel like we're in an era now, like you have to be perfect to win with a 3-run win. So I kind of like maybe this, and I kind of said already that I liked it, but more and more I think about it too, is it's making it more of a mind game again instead of the analytics. Like, this is where a manager can get in here. Okay, throw a slow pitch here. Okay, he's reading that. He's thinking fastball here. We're going to go ahead and throw another slow pitch. Now he's thinking maybe you might throw another changeup or something. Now go with a pickoff on him. There's going to be some more strategic going on with that. So thank you for letting our brain come back into baseball. Again, it's at the low A level, but I like it.
It's still, if it's happening, it's happening, though. It's still something to watch. I mean, because I'm pretty sure they did the whole 7-inning doubleheader thing always in the minors, and I'm pretty sure they did the runner at second base in the minors to test it. So, these things have come to the majors. So we can't, you can't just like throw them away in a certain sense. But I mean, I think it would still be a year or two before any of these came to the majors, but it's still something to watch. And, like you said, it brings baseball back to more of its roots. I mean, it really does. And not just talking about, the rule that we're on right now with, the 2 pickoff attempts, but even the shift. It's funny because, you have a bases loaded situation, and it was always a weird thing that I thought of, growing up, but now I kind of understand it as I've watched baseball more, is that I always used to hear announcers, like when somebody would hit a grand slam, they'd be like, oh, you almost don't want that. Or like when somebody hit a bases clearing double, you'd be like, you almost don't want that because, now the pitcher can kind of calm down again, because it's not bases
clean
loaded.
slate.
You don't have everybody staring at you from all different directions. And now it's just, another 1v1 where you can kind of move on, as Michael shows off the beautiful unwrapped mug. But yeah, so it's fun. Listen, like we said, they're doing something. And for all this, the flack we give to the MLB, I can applaud them for the fact they're trying something. Because if they were just staying pat, doing the exact same thing over and over again, that's when you can start getting frustrated. But the fact that they're even trying to implement different things to get offense back in it, it's fun. Because like you said, and I'll say this right now, home runs are still the most exciting thing to me, besides maybe like, a triple with a close play at third base. Home runs to me are still the most exciting thing. Like Stanton in spring training yesterday hit a bomb, like 4-something absolutely crazy missile. And, that hypes me up. It's cool and all that. But I mean, after that, it's, strikeout, walk, strikeout, this, that, and a third. And it's like, eventually you kind of just want something more. So, taking away a shift, limiting pickoffs. Now you eliminate the pickoff. There's more stolen bases, which are always exciting. Like I said, there's more, singles. Can he turn it into a double now? And there's just more action on the base paths. And I think that brings more attention to baseball, because it's not just, oh, look, he hit a home run, but now the next 3 people are going to strike out.
Listen, I'm just going to say you've rocked my world with this base thing, because the first one's 90 feet, but the rest aren't changed.
No.
So, like, if you're thinking about it, you look at an aerial view, I mean, it's going to be like, it's going to be jacked up. That's so weird.
No, it is. Like I said, home to first is still 90 feet exactly.
Right.
But then, like, first to second is what? 89 and
12 minus 3? 9.
No, 6. So it's 89 and 6 inches now, because it's.
Well, no, because it'd just be 3 on one side. No,
because they're 3 inches wider on each side. So that's 3 inches on the first base bag, 3 inches on the second base bag, so 6 in total. So now it's 89 and 6 inches to second, 89 and 6 inches to third, 89 and 6 inches to home. So it is weird. Like it is, because why would you keep first base the same and not change anything else? But
I mean,
like
why
I
not
said,
just move the other bases to the 90 feet and be done with it?
listen, you're talking to the wrong guy because that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Well, it would move home to second farther away, though.
No, because you're moving it left and right, not back. Wouldn't you?
You would move. I might have to draw it so we can see what's going on here.
Oh wait, no, you would have to probably move it back
You'd
because
have
then
to.
it's not a diamond. It wouldn't be straight up the middle anymore.
To get, if this is 90, to get to second and third, to make this here 90, you would have to move that back.
To all of our people that listen to the podcast, Michael is drawing a beautiful thing right now. Go check it out on our YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe over there as well.
That's true. Oh yeah, pod people, check it out.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of weird, but we'll go to the second one, or second to last one, I should say. Now this is in low A West only. They're only doing this in the West. This is the thing too.
Californians.
Like no, this is the thing though. Like the NBA has the G League. Like football, you just go college to pros. Basketball, like I said, G League, NHL. There's like different ones, but really, you're just basically going to the NHL, bro. We have low A, high A, double A, triple A. Like the minor league system, if you actually like understand it completely,
kudos to you.
No, kudos to you because I still. Like I said, I've been watching baseball my entire life. It still confuses the absolute hell out of me. It's weird.
Because I think they even have a simulated A as well.
Because and then there's like summer A. I don't know. But whatever. In low A West only, they're doing a 15-second pitch clock.
15 second?
Yes.
Is that like as soon as the catcher catches? Like how does that?
No. I think it's from the time the catcher throws it back to the pitcher.
So the pitcher gets it in hand 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So I guess the pitcher is not walking halfway down to get the ball from the catcher anymore.
The pitcher is probably not walking around in circles using the rosin bag 16 times an inning now. Taking their hat off, reading. This is different. I'll tell you this. It's definitely speeding people up.
Yeah. Like, to me, this is going to be the manager calling the pitch in, and the pitcher has no chance of changing it. Just this is what it is.
See, here's my thing. I know baseball has to get faster because we just literally have shorter, now I can't think of the word. Attention span. There we go. We have shorter attention spans now.
We have shorter.
Listen, I just couldn't think of the word. It's not because I have a slow attention span, Michael.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
I know they're trying to speed things up, but like 15 seconds, you're going to have to give me a little more time on that one because I don't want, because here's my other fear too of cross-ups because cross-ups in the MLB are probably some of the scariest things to watch. I mean, you have somebody looking for a 8. Listen, Michael, things fall. It's whatever. You have somebody looking for
your ears.
You have somebody looking for an 80-mile-an-hour curveball, and the next thing you know, they got 98 at their mask. No thanks.
Yeah. Well, here's, and it's crazy because I'm already thinking how you can fix this. So the catcher catches the ball. The pitcher does whatever he's needing to do. To buy more time, the catcher has the ball in his hand and just kind of keeps it. Maybe inspects it a little bit. Hey, can you get us another ball? Pitcher's, doing his thing. Because when are they going to get rosin on their hands? Like, what if hold up, hang on, catcher, keep it there for 1 second. Okay, now throw me the ball. Like how is this supposed to go?
I don't see. That's the thing. I think 15 seconds is a little much.
Yeah, I would like to see 20 seconds.
I was going to say, 20-25 is fine with me. And like I said, I know they're trying to speed up the pace of play in baseball. Like that's the big thing that they're focused on. I don't even think it's pace of play in baseball, honestly, because, all right, we'll go to the NFL. Those games, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So baseball games are too, but everybody complains that baseball's pace of play is too slow. No, it's not. It's not too slow. It's just the fact that nothing happens half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't, and that's where I commend them for trying to do the shift thing and the pickoff moves and the bigger bases and things like that, because that doesn't change pace of play, but it creates more traffic on the base pass. It does a lot of things for you. So 15 seconds is a little much for me. I'm more in the 20-25 range. I would love to hear Dalton on this, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna have to get him back on here. So
Let me message you while you talk.
Yeah, let me know what he says. See if he answers you. But yeah, so this one's a little fast for me, but I think we covered that one anyway. So I'll go to the last one. This is the one that you are not gonna like, Michael. I'm sorry to tell. In the low southeast, they're doing an automatic strike zone.
Oh no. Oh no. Here we are talking about putting a brain into the sport again, making coaches actually do stuff and managers make decisions, and now it's we don't want to umpire. Like, is there even going to be a home plate umpire?
Yeah, there has to be a home plate umpire because there's still, because foul balls, catcher's interference, home and safe, or out,
if the
or
camera,
out and safe.
If the camera can see it coming in, why can't it see if it goes foul? I mean, how hard would that be? It's not my line of view here.
Well, because what if it's a foul tip and it goes straight back to the catcher? He doesn't catch it.
Well, the camera has to be behind the catcher anyways.
No, maybe it's I don't know how it works anyway.
I mean, let's
as our
put
baseball
sensors on everyone.
aficionado comes in here to Josh saying, "Duh, Michael."
Veteran Josh.
Yes, we gave Josh the 411 rundown on baseball last week.
Something like that.
In all seriousness, I thoroughly enjoyed that episode, though. So, Josh, you're always welcome back. Like I said, all your baseball questions, we're here for you.
Yes. But, yeah, I hate it. Guys, what are we supposed to talk about at the coolers at work if there's no errors in humans? Like, that ruins everything. We have nothing to gripe about. Oh, man, that computer got it right. There's no arguments. There's no debates. Like, oh, man, did Dez really catch it? No, the computer said he didn't. Oh, that ends that one.
Yeah, I don't really like this one either. Listen, human error sucks. It does. Because, you look back and that perfect game that the White Sox pitcher had ruined for him because the umpire got the call wrong. Like, that's what we have replay for. And replay, I'm fine with. Like, I think replay should be in all sports for basically everything. The fact that in the NFL you can't challenge penalties still annoys me. Like, if there's a flag, you should be able to challenge basically anything in all sports, to me, honestly. I know it might take a little bit longer. I don't care. I want things to actually be right.
When it comes to challenging stuff, like if you ever watch an NFL game and there's a play that's challenged, there's a booth that they go to in like New York, and they're like, "What do y'all think the call is going to be on this?" Oh, well, you can see here in this play that this happened here. So if there's already a booth that's already watching this, can they not say, "Oh, listen, we already see an error. You challenged it. We already know the answer," and be done with it? Like, take it away from the officials and let us have an official booth that calls it. Oh, well, here's their camera because we can see strikes or balls now.
Well, I know in baseball they have a booth as well. Like they put the headsets on and all that. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this one either, Michael. So you're attacking the wrong person. No, I'm kidding. But
all right, choir.
This I don't even know what that means.
Preaching to the choir.
Oh, okay. So you have to say it that way. You just said choir. What am I?
You're supposed to read my mind, dude. Come on, we're on this.
Listen,
we're here.
Listen, I'm barely smart enough to do the show. Okay.
I mean,
although I'm usually right, so what does that make you? Anyway, automatic balls and strikes, it doesn't do it for me. Listen, boring. Human error sucks, but it makes things more entertaining. Because what is it, Michael? Yes. What is the one thing that we thoroughly enjoy about baseball? Hold on, I know. We'll get to that. Don't worry. What's one thing we enjoy?
Conversation. Like, we'd love to talk about it and be like,
not even that. What's one of the funnest things in baseball when the manager comes out to argue?
Yes.
That's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, like you can't argue it. Like you can't have the minor league coach that runs out there and grabs the bag and throws it like it's a grenade and has this big spill. Like there's none of that. It's like you come out and Storm says, that computer got it right. How do you argue with the computer?
What are you going to do? You're going to run over to the home plate umpire who didn't make the call to argue about a computer making the wrong call.
All I'm going to say is if the baseball world is really going to do this, they better dress him up and make him look like a human and make it Vision. It needs to be Vision.
Listen, all I'm saying is if they do that, some WandaVision stuff, I'm fine with it.
Strike.
But like I said, I don't think it's going to be like a robot back there. I think it's just going to be a camera that's all fancy and decked out.
No, it needs to be vision back there. I'm telling you.
See, Michael, I see our special guest here in the bottom corner, but
yes, I
don't
can't
know.
tell what's
I don't
going
know
on
what
with
I don't know what he's doing.
You know what?
It's
There's only
looking a
one
little
way to
dark.
find out.
I'll put. You want me to put him on?
Yes.
Dalton, are you walking in the middle of nowhere? What are we doing?
I am in the middle of nowhere. Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we cannot see you.
Well, you know what? It's all right because I just need to pick.
Oh, you're not home?
No.
It's all right. Listen, you're clear enough. You're clear enough that we can still speak to you, so it's fine.
You never looked better.
While we have you here, because I don't want to keep you too long,
First,
obviously.
with our fans, we need to kind of bring him in here. Guys, as you all know, Dalton's been on the show with us 5,000 times. He plays now at Alice College. Alumni here. Woo-hoo, go Eagles, soar, Eagles, soar. He also played one season with the Lexington Legends, so he's already played with some professional teams. We won't get into any more of the details going on there, but we just had a question that we wanted to bring to you. Connie, go ahead with the question.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was.
In Low A West, they are testing out a 15-second pitch clock. Now, to me, 15 seconds is way too short because, I mean, how are you supposed to get the sign out and go through everything? So how much would a 15-second pitch clock really affect everything?
Honestly, I think it needs to be like 30 because the 15-second, you really got to get up and basically go. Also it depends on like the catcher giving signs too. He don't have enough time to give signs with a runner on second and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't think about second base too.
Yeah, here's my other thing too is how, because this is what I think it leads to, and what freaks me out more is the cross ups. So I mean, I don't know if you've been a part of cross ups. I'm sure you have. How scary of a situation is it when you're thinking he's throwing an 85-mile-an-hour curveball right now, and the next thing you know, you got 95 to the chest.
Yeah, that cross-up really get dangerous, especially if you're rushing to try to get the pitch clock. I mean, you never know what's coming at you in that case. So, I mean, that can be dangerous too.
Nothing scares Dalton, though. That's how good of a catcher he is.
The dark doesn't even scare him because
that's right.
That's all we see. But listen, that's all I had for Dalton. Michael, if you wanted anything else, I don't want to keep Dalton too long. The man is clearly busy.
I mean, I'm just thinking 15 seconds. Like that's not enough time really to go through a sign. Like and one thing I said to him, Dalton, was that's probably going to be where a manager is already sending you a sign to send to the pitcher. Like that pretty much takes the communication between a catcher and a pitcher out, don't it? Like you're pretty much going to have to say, here, pitcher, catch the ball. Here it comes to you. Manager, what's the sign? That's it. No ifs, no buts. That's what you have to throw. And that's pretty much what it's going to be doing, ain't it?
Actually, they just started a thing that they have mics. The catchers have mics in their ears. Some of them do. So they'll relay the signs and whatever, so they can talk back and forth between each other.
Okay. Well, I mean, that would help as far as that.
I did not know that. All right, Dalton, I got one more for you before you go. In all of Double A, you have to keep your cleats within the dirt, so there's no more shifts like, somebody playing shallow right field, left field. How much do you think that helps the offensive, the batter, obviously, in offense in baseball?
Honestly, it helps a lot because I get shifted all the time, so it's probably pretty good for the offense. But it's strategy, so different teams like to do different things. But as far as producing the offense on the offensive side, I think that really helps.
You heard it here first. The man, myth, legend, Dalton Cornett. Did I say it right?
Yes. It's not Cornett. It's Cornett.
All right, good. I said Cornett.
Sure.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Michael, you have anything else for Dalton before we let him go?
No, that's fine. Dalton's too busy. He's out in wherever. He's walking the streets of Caney.
Yeah.
He's down Caney Creek right now. Don't get in trouble.
I appreciate you coming on even for these quick 5 minutes to get your insight. You stay safe there, brother.
I will. Thank you guys.
All right. Look at that. When we want somebody, we get them, Michael.
That's right. We don't care. We make it happen. Brandon
Yes,
Phillips.
sir.
Let's come on next. Brandon Phillips.
Listen, I sent out. Listen, this is what I've learned. Because in case anybody missed it, and I'm sorry, I know this is a different show, but me and Josh interviewed Trey Wingo on Monday. So I've learned that if you want somebody, the worst thing that can happen is they say no or they never acknowledge your existence. But hey, I got Trey on by shooting him a tweet. And,
that's right.
Listen, tweet out your favorite people, see if they want to do something and live a happy life. I just tweeted out to Ryan Rucco, the Yankee backup. He's technically the Yankee backup play-by-play announcer, but he does a lot of stuff for like the WNBA. He's done some ESPN stuff as well. So I'm hoping that's the next big one.
Speaking of the Yankees, what's going on with Aaron Boone now? Any new news on that?
He's back. Aaron Boone is
already back. Okay.
No, listen. Thankfully, and he's safe. Obviously, surgery went well. Like I said, he came out of surgery and was already asking about the team. But yeah, I watched the spring training game yesterday. He was fine. He in fact, they actually interviewed him. Nothing seemed different. So shout out Aaron Boone kicking butt and taking names out there. Getting the pacemaker in place. So shout out to Aaron Boone. Yeah, good, exciting news.
Dalton just text me. I can't tell you what's going on there, but he said that we better love him.
Listen, Dalton, you know that we're big fans.
Yes. You're a boy, Blue.
DC3 bats, just saying.
Hey, sweet.
I'm just saying.
Sweet.
Dalton, all I'm saying is,
right here, Dalton.
Listen, that's the thing. All I'm saying is, Dalton, if you listen to this sometime, if the company somehow messes a bat up and they find out that they can't sell that one, I take donations. I absolutely take donations. It's no big deal. I'll take any color. I prefer blue. Like the one, that one on his Instagram, like one of the original
blue
ones.
To black.
Ooh.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Dalton, you know what? Experiment on a bat. When it turns out bad or something like that, just send it on over here. We'll put it on the
make
wall.
A Backstop Banter bat for each of us with our names on it.
I already asked. He can't do that, our logo.
Damn.
But he could do in borders, so.
I don't even know what that means.
Engrave.
Oh, okay. But hey, whatever. I lost my train of thought. What were we doing?
Talking about the rule changes. Any more rule changes?
No, that's all the rule changes right now. Like I said, they're doing the bigger bags in AAA. Infielders all have to be on the dirt in AA. High A is the pitchers must step off the rubber. Low A, all 2 pickoff attempts per at bat. Low A West is the 15-second pitch clock, and low A Southeast is the automatic strike zone. So a couple of things to keep your eye out. See how things go in these different leagues because, hey, I didn't think that there would ever be a runner on second base. I didn't think the MLB would be playing 7-inning doubleheaders, but they're both kind of here to stay. So make sure you go and check those out. But Michael, I say we moving on here to something that interests me a little bit, and that would be the odds to win the World Series. I know you have a nice little list. If you want to,
as you keep bringing that up, go ahead and do a plug for my bookie to check that out, and I'll see if I can pull it up here.
Because that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, people. I already gave you guys free money because I said Yankees over 95.5 wins. I would, if I could, I would convince my parents to sell this house and put all of the money on the over, and we would just be rich. So if you're into the betting world, make sure you go over to mybookie.ag USN 100 doubles your first deposit. And then when Michael pulls up this list, you can place some money on who you think is going to win the World Series. Obviously, you're going to get better values with teams that don't have as good of a chance. Obviously, if you bet on the Dodgers, you're not going to get the most out of a dollar. But if you bet, oh, look at this, as Michael pulls it up right here, straight from the Instagram.
Yeah.
So
let's look at it. Shout out to MLB on Fox for this.
Yes,
wonderful.
Sir. All right, so let's go down this. I think it's pretty simple. Dodgers are plus 180. I'll explain betting real quick for people. Plus 180 means For every $100, you would win $180. So if you bet $100,
does that mean you would win your $100 back and 80 or an additional 180?
See, I believe it's the additional 180.
Okay.
I believe. So don't quote me.
Oh, it's already quoted.
Don't put it in the Rolodex. But yeah, so the Dodgers, obviously the favorite, I think, across the league in general. They are plus 180. The Padres plus 380. And then we get down to the Braves plus 475. Some good value there. The
really
Mets is at plus 550 is some pretty solid value. And then you get into the teams that, they're probably thinking aren't going to win it. You got the Cardinals at 1,100. The Nationals plus 1,500. Your Reds, Michael, at plus 1,600. The Phillies at plus 1,700. And I believe it rounds out there, if I'm incorrect, Michael. Correct me. Yeah. Chicago at 1,800. I thought there was another team on that list, but I guess I thought the Brewers were like all the way at the bottom, but I guess not.
You know what? You're right. Let me go to the actual page here on it.
Well,
there we go. Yeah, Brewers at 2,500.
Brewers at plus 2,500. So those are the odds for the NL. Michael, I know that I have a list here for the AL. I don't know if you can. No, I'll just read it off because it's a weird page. Whatever. So. All right, we'll go over to the American League. The Yankees are plus 550, believe it or not, which I don't.
That's the number one?
That's the thing. There's, let me try to find a different website because I find it very hard to believe that the Yankees have the best chance to win the World Series in the American League, and they're plus 550 to win.
Are they planning to win the whole thing, the World Series with the AL?
Yeah, that is the World Series.
This one is just winning the NL.
Oh, that's the NL?
That's winning the NL. All these are NL teams winning the NL.
I thought that was NL odds of winning the World Series.
Yeah, so that might be why it could be a little different there. Because I mean, I would say the Dodgers are going to be a lot lower than that 400.
All right, well,
probably even San Diego.
Odds to win American League. Let's go check. All right. See, this makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so
let me stop sharing mine here.
All right, yeah, maybe I'll share my screen on this one. It might look a little weird at first, people, so don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed.
I mean, they're already looking at us, so.
Well, see, Michael, I look wonderful, if you ask me. So,
your opinion.
All right, let's see. Oh, there it is. All right, so it'll be up in a quick second, I hope, for everybody around.
Yeah, it's up.
It's up? All right. So, obviously, looking at this list, the Yankees plus 250, White Sox plus 375. And here's the crazy thing to me. Yankees and Chicago separated by 125, right? Still significant. The jump from the White Sox to the Twins goes from plus 375 to plus 850. Like, that's a jump.
Yeah, I mean, that jump is bigger than what Chicago is even numbered at as their odds.
Like, I think, see, that's the thing, too. I think this shows just how much better the NL honestly is. I mean, it's clearly true that they are. Because then, you got the Twins. Michael, on that list, when does it get to the 850 mark for the NL?
Shoot.
Because you sent it in the baseball.
It goes from the Mets at 550, then it jumps to 1,100 to the St. Louis Cardinals.
So what team is that? Is that like the fifth team?
That is the 16th that it goes to.
The third team in the AL has plus 850 odds, which was like what, fifth place in the NL? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's a big, big jump. I think this obviously proves how much better the NL is than the AL, which is fine with me because I need the Yankees to make another World Series appearance. So, but listen, 250 for the Yankees honestly is not bad odds at all. I mean, you bet $100 on that, you're winning 250. So if betting it here in New York was prohibited, I mean, it is. I just have to go to a casino and I'm not driving all the way to 2-1. So, I mean, plus 250, that's good. The White Sox at 375, a lot of people believe in them. That's great. Michael, I know that you are a firm believer in the Blue Jays. You're getting them at plus 850. That is very, very good odds.
Oh, yeah.
And then listen, I know that we all hate them, but the Astros at plus 1,000, that's not bad either. Like, some of these teams still do have a chance, and you're getting them at fantastic odds. I mean, the Twins choke every year, but even if you want to throw $10 plus 850 is still going to win you, upwards of
$85, wouldn't it?
No, it would definitely win you more than that.
If you did $10?
I feel like it would.
Well, if it's 100 and it's 850, you take off the 2 zeros.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would win you 85, but still.
Still, I mean, $10 for 85. That's
yeah. I mean, throw so little money. You can throw $5-10 on some of these teams, and if one of them win, I mean, obviously one of them has to win the AL. So you're getting some pretty good odds, honestly. So
what I think is crazy on this list, and I agree with it, is the Twins is a better team than the White Sox. But yet we all they are now. They'd never do it.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you.
Well, I mean, even I said in our when we talked about the White Sox, I think they're a better team when we play. But I feel like statistics and everything, it's the Twins are supposed to be the better team. But everyone knows they're a choke artist, and they're going to flop.
I would say I would agree with you if this was last year, but the White Sox really went after it in the offseason. They acquired some good pieces. I think the White Sox are definitely the number 2, like easily.
Yeah,
I mean, I might disagree. I might disagree though that the jump is from 375 to 850. Like I think you could knock the Twins down to like 600.
Yeah, see,
I don't think they're that bad.
I would be a rookie when it comes to betting talk, but yeah, I feel like a jump because the Twins were better than the White Sox. I'll say at least last year, even though the White Sox did go farther than them. So I feel like an offseason shouldn't make that big of a difference because the teams didn't really do too much new. I do feel like the Twins stayed stagnant in the offseason, though.
I don't know. It's,
I just think it's funny that the Blue Jays are also the same.
Betting odds are also based on, who's putting money on the people. So, I think the White Sox or either like the Mets are the most bet on team to win the World Series. And honestly, that's not even because people think that they will win it. It's just, like I said, because of the value.
It's the better odds.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously you're still going to make money if you bet right now. Say, we'll just throw a number out there. If the Dodgers were plus 200 to win the World Series, Yankees were plus 210, and you put money on either one of them, like that's still smart to do, obviously, because now you're going to win some money. But I mean, if you firmly, even if you don't think it, the Mets say they were plus 5, say the Mets were plus 600 to win the World Series. You might throw money on that because you're like, well, I don't think it's going to happen, but hell, if it does,
you look like
I'm
a genius.
Walking out with some money.
Right.
I mean,
well, that's like, I mean, I pull back up this NL here and looking at it. I mean, the Braves are a good team, and if you think, I mean, you turn $100 into 475 plus that 100 back, we think that's not bad to make off of that, and easily I could see that happening because. Let's be honest. We think the top division, or at least I do, is going to be the Dodgers, the Braves, and probably Washington. Oh, no, that's the same division. What's the other one?
Chicago.
West. Oh, it's the Central. It'll be either St. Louis, who is way below them. So you're going to have St. Louis playing probably Atlanta, and the Dodgers playing Padres. So that knocks out the Padres right there automatically because they're playing the number 1 team. So, yeah, I feel like the better odds would be for Atlanta in that.
I mean, I was asked as well, somebody asked me my dark horse. I don't hate St. Louis. Like, I really don't. I think that they have an all right chance. They added Arenado. They still have Flaherty there as the number 1 pitcher. So, and listen, here's the thing, too. Baseball is just the game of getting hot. Michael, look a few years ago. Did you think the Nationals would win in the World Series?
No, I did not.
when they kept beating teams, I was like, all right, so they're going to lose the next series. I was like, oh, they're going to lose this series. And then they somehow won. And I was absolutely shocked. So, I mean, I'm sure that if somebody put some money on them early on in the season, they probably made some money. And the even better thing, too, is even if you want to wait, it can be risky, of course. If you want to wait to place your bet, say the Dodgers are plus 180 right now. They start April, May, and they're like 10 games under 500. Mookie's hurt. Kershaw's out with the back again, whatever. Their odds could go from plus 180 to, maybe 240, something of that nature, because now they're, oh, look out, they're getting hurt, this, that, and third. So it can get interesting if you wait. I mean, it is risky because obviously the Mets are at 550 right now. Say in April and May, they start out and they go on a 18-game winning streak. Their odds aren't going to be 550 for very long. They're going to go down into the 200s. So it's a risky game. Listen, I don't encourage. I mean, I kind of do encourage betting.
Do.
I do encourage betting. I don't encourage, too much betting. But I'll tell you one thing. It makes things a hell of a lot more interesting.
If you're going to place two bets, you had to pick two teams that you would put money on. Who would they be?
Just the NL right now?
Just the NL on this list. Here, I'll go first. I would actually go with Atlanta because I've been on their case the whole time. And putting $100 to win 475, I think is good. And I've already said the matchups, I feel like Atlanta would be in the NL or CS automatically because I feel like the wild card is going to be Dodgers. I think St. Louis is not very strong at the moment in time right now. Of course, when they start the season, I do think they'll pick up some pitching on trade or towards the trade deadline. So I would put money on Atlanta. Now, to put money on that I don't think would win, that would be an interesting, I would actually put some money on Washington, just for the fact that they were hurt a little bit last year. COVID, I want to say one player even didn't play last year. I could totally be wrong on that, but I feel like they did. They made
it was
some
actually, oh my gosh, Zimmerman?
I think it was Zimmerman.
Because I think that was like his first game he missed as a National.
And then they picked up, is it Josh Bell from Pittsburgh? They added them, and I've been saying Juan Soto, I feel like this is his year to make a real big push for the MVP. I would put Washington because Strasburg didn't even pitch last year. I don't think at all. I think he was hurt. So I feel like these guys are going to be a lot more fresh. I feel like that would be a gamble that you'd be willing to take $100 that you could win $1,500. I mean, if you could, that would be my dark horse on there.
I'll go the same league or division as you, different team. I would go with New York. I don't know why. I'm on the Mets bandwagon in a way. I just like Lindor. I like Cohen because he's fun. He's not boring.
That's basically it. We like Cohen.
Yeah, literally. I like Cohen and Francisco Lindor. They're basically trading for a pitcher without trading for a pitcher when they get Noah Syndergaard back. That's, it's kind of a funny thing. You have a player that's injured and, they come back towards, the summer. It's almost like making a trade deadline acquisition. So when Syndergaard comes back from Tommy John, Jacob deGrom, I saw it today. He was hitting like 102 on the gun, struck out 7 people. He's the best pitcher in baseball. Like, give it up at this point. I tried sticking Garrett Cole in there for a little bit. Even I would be disrespectful if I said it wasn't deGrom. I still think that New York holds the best 2 pitchers though in Cole and deGrom. But deGrom is number 1.
The White Sox, just throwing that out there.
Oh, look at this. So I would actually go with the Mets. I think that their pitching staff in the playoffs that's a deadly staff. I mean, you're going to have deGrom, Syndergaard, Stroman, Carrasco. That's tough. That is tough. And then, do you want me to be boring or you want me to be fun?
Do both.
If I was being boring, I'd put money on the Dodgers because I think that they're as close to a sure thing as anything. And honestly, you stole my pick with the Nationals, but I would also go with St. Louis. Like I said, I don't know. I just kind of have a weird feeling about them this year. I have a little bit of faith in them. That division just isn't good.
Well, I was so surprised to see the Reds so high on this list.
Yeah, that one shocks me a little bit too.
But every team in the division or in the Central is on there, actually, except for Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah,
So it
because
makes you
they're
think.
irrelevant.
So, I mean, the Reds, I seen a list that had, I think the pitching staff of the Reds is the top 7 in the MLB this year, which I was surprised by that too. Which they do have a couple good guys, a couple of great 1-2 pitchers. Luis, I can't say his last name.
Castillo.
I'm going to try. Yeah, and Sonny Gray. We've got some other guys that could make some noise. That has been reliever pitching that may step into a starter role, which I hope works great. So I like the Reds. I'm tooting them because I'm a homer here, but we have the offense that if we get going, we're good. Like any batter in our lineup could almost hit a home run. So even Votto is swinging for power this year. He said that I've changed everything. I went back to I'm boring you talking about the Reds. Really?
No, listen, Michael.
Wow.
I had class early.
I'll speed it up.
Listen, Michael, I had class early in the morning.
I'm
early
sorry.
for me. I woke up at 10:50.
10 o'clock.
So listen, that's killer for me. I went to bed at like 4. I went to bed at like 4, so that's only 6 hours.
Gotcha. So what I'm saying here, if the Reds get hot, I could see us actually taking this division. That's pushing it. I'm going to say it's pushing it. I'm still leveled. So if the Reds don't do anything, I've said this many times that we talk about the Cubs. They still don't know if they're rebuilding or pushing for this year. Like there's still talks that Bryant might be traded. So if they're a wash, that takes them out. The Brewers are I actually feel a better team than the Cubs right now. I feel we don't know what the Cubs are going to do, and I just feel like the Brewers at least has a vision of what they're going for. They signed Bradley this year. The outfield, I think they're the one of 2 teams that have 2 players playing in outfield that have won a Gold Glove. The other team is the Dodgers. So I feel like the Brewers are at least on the right path here. So I would take them over the Cubs right now, anyways. Until the pitch is thrown, we don't know what we can expect. So I'm saying this to basically say St. Louis could flat out run off with this division. And in that case, I could see St. Louis having an easy route and us kind of abandoning ship, making some trades to these other teams. So I kind of could see St. Louis easily being a dark horse on this list.
All right, Michael, you did it, so I'll do it. We'll go over to the AL one more time. So
okay.
I'll pull this up.
I think it'll get rid of mine.
Who you putting money on? We'll make this one quick, though.
Make it quick. I don't want to be too risque, if you will. I like the White Sox this year. I really do, and I like the Blue Jays. But I'm going to be dangerous, I guess. I would say I put my money on Blue Jays since I've talked about them so much this year. I think it'll be a fun year with them because they're not even playing in Toronto this year, I don't think. So interesting there. And then my big reach, I'm so hooked on the Athletics that it's killing me. Like I'm waiting for them to hop over that hump. They've got young pitchers that should have already developed. So I'm just going to say I'm on that cliff. I'm waiting for them to be good this year. But if I'm going to give up $100 and have a chance to win, I think it's $1,000. I mean, why not there? And that's not winning the World Series. That's just making it to the AL, winning the AL pennant. So I would say the Rays and the I said Angels, Athletics.
So you're going Jays, not Rays.
Did I say Rays? I'm sorry, Jays. Yes, Jays.
I would go, like I said, I know we all hate them. I think I'd go Astros. And
respect.
You know what? They've given us trouble, so I would go with the Rays. Listen, I know they lost a lot of people with Snell, but they're just so scrappy and annoying that it feels like they kind of just figure out a way to win. Obviously, we saw it last year.
And they've been there.
Yeah, they've been there. So I mean, obviously, if I'm being real here, I'm putting the whole bank account on the Yanks. But I decided to go outside of the box. But all right, Michael, it's already been an hour. Well, let's get into the 2 teams real quick that we planned on talking about. I'll start it off with this one. We'll go with the Royals because I don't think there's much to be said on them. I think this is just another case of a team rebuilding. Was it this year that Alex Gordon retired, or was that last year?
I think it was last year. He was going to play, but the COVID, I'm pretty sure.
See, I thought he did. I thought he played through COVID and retired at the end of the year.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Last year was really a blur. It was fun.
I
I
don't
enjoyed
blame you.
last year, but really just the push of 60 games so quick as we had to do. I couldn't tell you what year was which. 19 looked like 20, really. So, yes, he's retired.
Yeah, he is. So, it's just that's the thing. They're kind of rebuilding. Just looking some stuff up on them. Mesmerizing prospect. Just reading the headline here. Mesmerizing prospect Bobby Witt Jr. could be forcing the Royals' hand. So I assume that means he's having a very good spring training. It looked like in the picture below he was playing short or second. So hey, listen, this is the stuff you want to see out of the Royals. You want to see their young players develop. You want, I think, in the coming years for the Royals, it's this player's playing very good at the deadline. Let's trade them for more prospects. I think that's the type of team that you're looking at. I don't think it's going to be anything special. Sorry to the Royals fans. And, in a way, I feel bad because I don't know why I thoroughly enjoyed their run those 2 years when they were going to the World Series. So it was just fun. We got a little newbie up in the chat. What's going on, brother? Help watching us over there on Twitch. Make sure you drop a follow. We are on Twitch. Yes, sir. We are talking about sports here. Listen, if you're on my Twitch, sports and gaming is what we're in here for. So I played a little Warzone earlier today. I don't know if it was on stream, but I did catch a W. I caught the dub. I don't know if it was on stream. I hope it was. I gotta have to look back. But yeah, sports, gaming, we're doing everything over here. So
I played a little Warzone myself today.
Did you?
When I was walking in. Well, it's when I was walking in the woods with my kids. There was a dog that came running, and I was like, "Hold up, watch out!" Dropped an elbow bomb on him. Kicked him a little bit. Sorry, PETA. I'm playing on this whole story. Don't throw me in jail here.
I'm hoping you're saying all this to build me up to say that you're a Yankee fan because I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Oh no!
Oh yes!
Gotta break it to you.
Here we go.
Come on, tell me you're a Red Sox fan. Oh, this is
nice
what we
build
like
up
to see.
Nice build up.
See,
hopefully
Yankee. Listen, brother. I just said it. I said it in here earlier. We're looking at the odds to win the AL. Yankees going all the way, baby. Plus 250 odds. Drop a little dinero on them. Walking out pretty.
French.
That's Spanish, brother.
Oh, okay. That was a joke. I know that.
Oh, okay. Listen, I never know with you.
You're right. Pretty much I joke it all the time, so just go with the joke. But, yeah, I do think Yankees are going to be good this year. But we're here to talk about the Royals right now. We're going to the World Series.
Garrett
if
Cole,
you all win it, I'm
Luis
okay.
Severino coming back middle of the year. We re-signed DJ, Aaron Judge MVP, Gary Sanchez redemption season. Oh, yeah.
I want to hear something real quick while he's on here, too, talking with us. Yes. My name's Michael, by the way. But I'm going to say this. Do you think Judge is better or Stanton?
Judge, 100%. Easily.
You really?
Yeah.
I'll say I like Stanton better. I wish his name was still Michael, but
Judge is better because he's a much better fielder, and I think if you put them.
Well, Stanton bats DH, right?
Yeah, but he used to be a fielder. He used to play left field in that league.
Well, he's a DH. You can't really field now, man. Come on.
Well, listen, I'm just saying, Judge is a great fielder. So I think I think he's just the better fielder, and then see, look at that. Man said Judge is easily a better defender.
Well, yeah, because Stanton doesn't play defense.
Well, I'm just saying in general. And then I think Judge can hit for average more than Stanton can. And honestly, if you're asking me, I think Judge could hit more home runs than Stanton could as well. I know Stanton had the 59 that one year. Mm-hmm. I think Judge is easily the better player. I know. I mean, let's be real here. They should both have MVPs, but Altuve stole it from Aaron Judge. So, he doesn't. I guess
my thing is I just like Stanton better than I like Judge.
Listen, you know what? I need to ask you this, Michael. Why are you a Judge hater?
I'm not a Judge hater. I just don't think he's top 5 like you say.
All right. You know what? I might be pushing top 5 because he's my boy. But I think when healthy, he is top 5. And I think a lot of people in the baseball world would agree with you.
With me? Okay.
No, not with you. You know what? Don't get me started on that. You know what? I feel you.
The baseball community feels you on that one.
All of baseball.
Yeah.
We don't like Altuve. We don't like anything involving the Astros, even though I said they were a dark horse to win the AL. Don't kill me. But if you're trying to make money, 100 to win 1,000, even I might place a little $10 on it.
Right.
So, but all right, back to the Royals before we wrap things up, and then
I will say this on them because you were talking about him earlier. Bobby Witt Jr. He actually, I kind of feel as I'm going to use this scenario, or I guess this represents. I don't know what trying to say it. Kind of feel like it's almost like the Cubs Chris Bryant situation. Like they don't want to bring him up because then he's guaranteed all that salary. Let's start him back in the minor leagues because he's playing really well right now for the spring training. So they're a little worried on there, I think, and they're talking about the competition that's going on could be interesting, and it's a positive thing. So I do like that. Yeah, sorry, I'm reading it as he says it. Go ahead. I'll let you get it.
All right. Bobby Witt is a stud. Yeah. Listen, that's the thing. For me, baseball is kind of the same thing, and I know since this is a baseball show, I should probably know more, but the minor leagues is like college football to me. I don't dive into it. I'm obviously going to start looking into it more as we go through things because you got to look at the prospects coming up. But listen, for Royals fans, if you can find something to be excited about, hey, find it.
Uh-oh.
What's going on, Michael? What we got? You can't leave me in the dark here.
Sorry. Sam just asked how the Brewer talk was going. I said, just about to take off. Come jump on with us.
That's true. Listen, Sam's always welcome. Everybody's welcome on the stream, okay? We love the people. But yeah. Exactly like what you said, neither do I, but it's important to see what's going on down there. It absolutely is. Like I said, I obviously keep more track of Yankee prospects just because I hear about them, through the grapevine. Obviously, watching Yankee stuff, you hear about it. But I like. Oh no, Michael.
Did I miss?
Can I ask Red Fan what it's like? What it was like losing record Bauer?
I'll be honest with you. I am upset losing him, but at the same time, we're still top 10 pitching. They're predicting. So I mean, okay, he was their third best pitcher, so it's not that
Bauer?
bad. Yeah, he was their third best pitcher. He pitched third in our rotation best.
Oh no, okay. So well, that's a whole different thing than being the third best pitcher.
Well, I still think, as far as record and everything, I mean, he did win the Cy Young. So yeah,
no, he was your best pitcher last year, Michael.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it. I would love for him to sign with us, but at the same time, we knew we were going to keep him. He's going to ask for too much money, so I was praying so much that he would stay with us. But yeah, I mean, the rotation that we have, we're pretty deep. We've got so many different relievers that we could throw into the starting lineup.
Still nasty.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't say that losing the Cy Young isn't a big hurt for us, but at the same time, our pitching is definitely going to be our big thing. So I'm interested and very excited about the Reds' rotation this year.
Listen, all I'm saying is, you know what? I was just about to get into it. The Dodgers, why? I'm still on it. I am still on that Bauer is not as good as he actually is. He played only the Central last year. All teams that he played basically were in the bot. See, I like you. Listen, please come into our streams more often. Drop a follow because me and Michael were begging Bauer to go to the Angels because we need Mike Trout in the playoffs.
Yes,
but listen, here's what I'm saying.
Not even the World Series. We need him in the playoffs.
I'll take him in a wild card game.
Oh my goodness, yes. Like, whoever you are, we've talked about so many times, Mike Trout could probably walk down the street of New York and not get recognized.
No, he could be dropped in Times Square and people would walk by him.
Oh, yeah, that better be a follow on both of us. I'm just saying on Twitter right now.
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is if you follow the Unwrapped Twitch and you want to go follow mine, it's Anthony_Conover. Just saying. I'm just saying. But
I have Twitch too, but it does nothing. I watch him play.
Wow, see, that's strong. I'd give up a World Series. I'd give up our World Series run for a Mike Trout World Series win. What? You know what? I might be bold right now. I think I would too. I think I would.
Well, here's the thing. You all haven't had it in a decade. What's one more year for Mike Trout?
See, but here, all right. Ha ha ha, Mr. Funny. But
I mean, that's like the Reds saying, "Oh my goodness, we won't win the World Series."
No, but here's my thing.
Trout.
See, I'm old enough to actually remember the 2009 World Series, so I've seen it.
Oh, I've seen it. Okay.
So if it meant Trout winning one, it's fine because it's kind of like the Patriots as well. Listen, I know that me being a Yankee and Patriot fan is kind of weird, but everybody talked about the Patriots being good, and I was like, bro, I was 3 years old when they were winning Super Bowls. That means absolutely nothing to me. And then I saw them lose the 2 to the Giants, and then when they finally won that one, it was the greatest moment. So I've already seen the Yankees. If it meant one more year, I'll let Mike Trout. I'll let Mike Trout win one. I would thoroughly enjoy it. So that's all right.
Baseball deserves it.
No, I don't think baseball deserves it. I think baseball needs it. I think if you put Mike Trout in the World Series, you put him on the grandest stage of them all. Mike Trout goes off, wins a World Series MVP. I think it'd be absolutely great for baseball. Absolutely fantastic. I think it'd be the same thing if the Nationals or the Padres went and Tatis or Soto did the same thing too, because they're young, up and coming. Mm-hmm. They bring a lot of energy. So I think it'd be super, super fun if either one of them did as well. So
wow, how great would it be if it was the Padres and the Angels in the World Series?
That would be great. Not as bad as the Chiefs when I was little and everyone thinking I'm a bandwagon. You know what? I understand that because, like I said, I'm a Yankee and Patriot fan, so I can't Michael, quick story. I've never been more annoyed because you obviously know that I know baseball and I'm not a fake Yankee fan.
Mm-hmm. Yankee
I was in high school my junior year.
Weather fan.
Oh, shut up. My junior year of high school, this teacher walks in. I was talking about
last
baseball and the Yankees. No, not last year. I was talking about the Yankees, and he's oh yeah, name somebody in their bullpen then. I hate people like that. I sat there and started naming the 6th reliever, and he was like, "Oh, I guess you do know baseball." Piss off. Okay, I'm sorry.
Piss off.
That one,
sadly,
how dare you?
Sadly, he probably didn't even know if you were telling the truth.
He probably did.
Yeah, so.
I was like, yeah. So I was like, so what about Chase and Shreve? You mean, or Betanzas? Which one you want? You want Adam Warren too? And he was like, oh, I guess you do know. Whatever.
Go home.
All right. Listen, let's get to the Brewers before we wrap this up. I think this is another team we went over before. I think they're plus 2,500 to win the NL. So definitely not the best odds. Is it possible? I think in baseball, a lot of things are because unlike baseball is like all the other sports. If you get hot at the right time, you can do basically anything. We've seen it in the NFL with teams in the wild card making it and winning the Super Bowl because they got hot. Like we mentioned before, the Nationals won the World Series when I didn't think anybody really thought that they were going to, but their offense and pitching just went absolutely crazy and they ended up winning. So do I give the Brewers a chance? I guess you have to because they're not that bad that it's impossible. They're not very good, but they're not, the Pirates who might lose 100 games. So I give them a chance. I kind of root for them as well because I think Christian Yelich is fun to watch. So I root for them, but I think this is just another team that's kind of on the fringe of, do we rebuild and do we go for it? I think they're in the Cubs situation. Christian Yelich is going to have a good year. I hope so. I think he struggled a little bit last year. As you say, the division is going to be dog water.
No, it's not.
Never. That's probably the weak. It's hard to say weakest division.
You can't say that we're the weak division when we had 3 teams in the playoffs last year and probably going to have 2 in it this year.
You think you have 2?
I mean,
no, you're not. No. I'll tell you right now, you're not because there's only 2 wild cards.
Well, it depends
There's
on
2
how far
wild
they.
cards, and the Padres get one, and I think a team from the NL East gets one. I think
Well,
it's
it
either the
depends
Mets,
on how.
Braves, or whatever.
It depends on how they do the playoffs again. I will bring this back up here. So we know we're assuming Dodgers, Atlanta, and Steelers, St. Louis, and we do think wild card here. Do you think Mets?
I think the Mets make the playoffs this year.
But if they do another one, it would have to be. I think Philly is not that good. I really can't believe they are that high ranked up. They have potential. Again, we can say if someone gets hot, they're hot. But then, let's see here. You've got 3 out of the 4 other spot is an NL or as a Central. So, I feel like it's almost so weak that it keeps us all competitive, if that makes sense.
No, that's fair. It is because it's kind of like the AL East or the AL East. Jesus, I'm trying to think of football, but also talk about other things.
I'm with you.
The
Mets are getting cocky. Did you see where they're celebrating their final out
all
of
right.
the World
See,
Series?
here's my thing. Though.
I like it though.
I was gonna say I don't mind it. Like, see, that's my thing. Like, have fun in baseball. Like
honestly,
like you're celebrating like you won the World Series, blah blah blah.
That's having fun. I think
you're just messing around, having fun. If after the game they're all of a sudden carrying around like a fake World Series trophy, I'd be like, all right, you're a little weird. Right. But I guess they're just
baseball players are weird. How many times have you seen them with like the Gatorade cups and they're making the cameras? This.
But you see, that's also in college. I feel like it doesn't happen as much in the pros.
I want to say it was Arizona Diamondbacks a couple years ago when they were almost irrelevant. They were doing that stuff.
See, I love it. I wish it happened more. Yeah, no, you said, it's fun, but you're also still a little cringy. Like it's a little cringy, but
like if we would have just seen it during an interview. Like somebody, coach on the sideline, interview them, and you just see it in the background.
Yeah, that would have been
fun. What they're doing. But since a broadcast station of some sort said this is what they're doing, then it's just like was it planned? Like, were they really thinking this through? Then you're just kind of like, that's kind of odd.
And then you also get into the stuff where people are like, well, you're supposed to visualize winning. Like, all right, let's be real here. That's not what they're doing. They're just trying to be fun.
Right.
Weirdest baseball player is Jose Canseco. Bro, that man he's something. He gets into did you see the Twitter beef he had with somebody? I can't remember who it was, like a couple weeks ago. No, I don't think it was Barstool. I think it was with another player.
Oh no, I didn't see it then because I know he got in the argument with Barstool with that boxing match.
I think somebody said like what Jose Canseco did to baseball is like worse than what Sosa did, and like people started going back and forth. It was a mess. But Jose Canseco was a weird dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like he is a weird dude.
Poor guy. He got knocked out in that boxing match.
He got Nate Robinson.
Yeah, he did. He did. He went to sleep. And he bet like $1 million he would win. It was something.
The guy is writing poems for aliens. Is this? I did not know that. Because if that's also a true statement, then we need to seek mental help.
Wait, what?
Jose Canseco is writing poems for aliens, apparently. I don't even care if we're in the middle of the show. I'm going to look this up right now. Jose Canseco.
Can we say he has CTE?
Alien poem.
And please read it. Please.
Jose Canseco talks about aliens and time travel. Jose Canseco is at it again. The former athletic star, blah, blah, blah. Jose is back to tweeting about aliens of the space kind and has now had a new twist. His theories on time travel that he claims were given to him by extraterrestrials.
Mm.
We are in communication with aliens with a very flexible body composition called the AI-51.
Area 51?
No, AI-51.
I know. I'm like, couldn't you come up with a better name than that? It's like Area 51. Like, come on, man.
Oh, hunt Bigfoot and aliens with Jose Canseco for only $5,000.
Wow. Just so you know, the Bigfoot expedition that they have on Travel Channel right now, my mom was on there.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, they kind of twisted what she said. Like, they were asking her about it. And seriously, my grandfather a long time ago did find a man's jawbone that was bigger than most humans. And that's what she was talking to him about. And they twisted it to say, "Oh, it must have been Bigfoot," but she was just saying, "No, you asked, and this is." I mean, we found jaw bones before that was.
Listen to this one.
Inches.
Aliens have been trying to teach us how to time travel, but first we have to change our body composition, which we are not willing to do. We have tried with animals and it has failed. So, that home run that hit off of his head might have done a little something else.
CTE.
He got Nate Robinson too hard. You're not wrong.
Poor guy.
Jose, reach out to somebody, brother. Michael, he said that's super cool.
Thank you. But I'm going to say this. What is even more crazier is how far-fetched that he's talking about aliens right now. You know he's actually still making money off of this because people, I'm going to say like us, are buying it in. So, I mean, we almost stormed Area 51. People almost put that together. And they're like, oh, Jose is right. Let's see if we can change our bodies. I guess that's what happened to the unicorns. They're trying to change them.
There really is. But all right. I think that about wraps it up, honestly. We talked about a little bit of everything. The new rules in baseball, Royals rebuilding, Brewers, they're kind of in the middle of everything. But Michael, what do you got? And you know what? I'll say it now. Thank you, our friend, for joining the show.
Yes, thank you so much.
I hope you dropped a follow on the Unwrapped Sports Twitch page. I hope you dropped one on mine too. Anthony _ Conover, CONOVER. So if you want to make sure you go follow me as well, I gladly accept that. But Michael, what do you
John,
have for
if you follow MD Lawson 00,
he doesn't have Twitter, Michael. He told us that.
I know. I said on anything. Instagram, I actually think that it is my Twitch, but give me a follow. I'm not going to do anything anyways, but I did buy 2K.
Okay. But no, listen, let me tell you something, though. Xbox finally has a baseball game with MLB The Show coming out.
Oh, definitely going to be getting it.
I am going to play MLB The Show an ungodly amount when it comes out.
That's what we need to do for a show.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, I might miss a stream or two.
No. We'll just play.
I mean, that's fine with me. I'll find a way to hook up my Xbox to the computer. I'll share the screen.
There you go. And we'll talk about it. I think it would be so much fun.
Game, Michael, since 2012.
When you were born?
So funny. Now listen, my friend. You on the Xbox or the PlayStation? I need to know this. But here's the other thing too. MLB The Show was going to be cross-platform, so it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter. But anyways, yes, I'm assuming your name's John D. Definitely follow us on YouTube. That's the Unwrapped Sports Network. That way you can see all of our stuff. And also Connie will here in a second will say that he has another show, so he'll plug all that as well. But follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and all that good stuff. Tic-Tac, MD Lawson 00. Also Saturday at 10:30, I will be again on the Count the Bucket.
Ooh.
When that, if you were to watch the ladies first or show that goes on before me,
our brother Julian.
There we go. Well, nice to meet you, Julian. Welcome to Backstop Banter. But Saturday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be talking just everything NBA right now that's going on. I'm kind of temporary being a host here as much as I can, but it's not permanent, so just filling in as I can. I love basketball. It's so much fun. Oh, Connie, have to tell you this because you don't have Facebook because I put it on Facebook. I go to church. Last Wednesday night after church, one of our youth guys or high school guys grabbed a basketball and shooting in our gym at our church. So I had to get the old basketball, shoot one. And he actually came up onto me and started guarding me. I said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And he said, "Yes." Gave me the old jab again, pump fake. He jumps up in the air. And then I fake the jab again. You know what he does before I dribble? Does a 360. Then took off to the left, and he falls when I cross him over again. He falls.
How old was this kid?
He is 13 or 14.
Oh, okay, doesn't count.
He's a teenager. It counts.
No.
Dude, I am like 500 pounds. It counts.
Yeah, but you're saying this because you think you could do it to me, and it's not happening.
You may not fall, but you would do a 360.
I'm not doing no 360.
What's funny is I told you I would make you, and I made this guy.
Michael, You go up for a layup, I'm smacking it back to Kansas or Kentucky, wherever the hell you are.
Totally false.
No.
Hey, where did Mad come from?
Yeah, you're bullying little kids, Michael?
Hey, if you say bullying, it makes me feel like I'm a bad person. When I'm trying to teach character, that's good. I'm from Kentucky.
Not scared. I'm not scared.
That's
Matt.
right,
Don't
Matt.
worry.
Matt, he needs
Michael
to be
over
spurred.
there or over there. I hate the fact that this is backwards.
It's flipped, yeah.
It's so annoying. Michael is Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Me, good old New York, baby.
New
But
York.
all right. As for me, you can catch me here Thursdays, 10 Eastern with Michael, Backstop Banter, everything baseball. Yes, check out Sports Me as well and type in USN in the search bar. You can find all of us. It's TikTok, but for sports. It's a wonderful thing. So make sure you check that out. For me, generational sport. See.
Now he's going to have to come over and gamble.
Well, first of all, you can gamble. I can't do it in New York unless I go to a casino. And second, we got to have the New York, New Jersey rivalry now, bro. I mean, it just has to happen because you got to rep New York. But whatever, we'll leave that for another day because you've been so wonderful in the stream.
Yes.
Thank
you
so,
again.
Mondays, generational sports, 7 Eastern. I do that with Josh. We talk about everything: baseball, basketball, football, whatever. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Me and Josh interviewed Trey Wingo for everybody who knows who that is. Covered the NFL draft. Did NFL Live forever. Did ESPN radio in the mornings. He's been all over the place. So we interviewed Trey Wingo. It was an absolute pleasure. Probably one of the highlights of my life to date. So make sure you go check that out. It's available on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Just type in Gen Z Sports and you'll be there, or Generational Sports with a Z at the end of sports. So go check that out if you can. Drop a comment, drop a like on it, whatever you want to. See, here's my other problem though. I don't know how to play poker. My friends always dead serious. I know I can play blackjack. That's it.
I mean, poker is so much fun. Like
my friend loves poker and always tries to get me into it, but I'm like, bro, I'm not playing with you because you're gonna take my money because I don't know what to do.
Listen, you need to get online and start playing poker and then go over there and be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. All you have to do in poker, don't even look at your cards really. You don't even have to really play your cards. You play the person more. I'm telling you, it's so much fun.
I got that. I'll have a full house just like this. Straight stone. There you go. Stone face whole time. But like I said, Generational Sports Monday, that is at 7 Eastern. Go check out the podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. We actually just launched our YouTube page today as well. So Generational Sports on YouTube. You can go check out some clips from the Trey Wingo interview. Actually, like I said, it was a ton of fun. Got emotional at some points. It was funny. It takes you through everything. So make sure you go and check that out. Do me a favor. Tuesdays, I do the hard count with my boy CJ, my New York brethren. We talk about everything football. We broke down the Dak deal on Tuesday, some of the franchise tags and everything of that nature. So make sure you go and check that out as well. And then Twitch. Yeah, follow me on Twitch, Anthony_Conover. My name's right there. Just put an underscore in between it. I put all the podcasts on there. I play some Warzone as well. When MLB The Show comes out, that's the only thing I'm ever going to play. I would play Madden, but my account is still banned because I sold my coins. Like, really, Madden? Really? I made real life money from selling fake coins, and you're going to ban me? Don't hate the player, hate the game. So, whatever. They're lost because I'm fantastic at the game, but whatever. But yeah. Make sure you check out Unwrap Sports, mybookie.ag, USN 100, doubles your first deposit if you're into the gambling world. So, Julian, hey, if you want to, play some online poker, go over to mybookie, USN 100. You actually, this month, if you make your first deposit, you also get entered into our David Montgomery jersey giveaway. So,
yes,
make sure you go and check that out. Yes, and screenshot it, send it to us. Mm-hmm. So, make sure you check that out. RxHemp, RxHemp-USN. Go check that out as well. You have a good one, my brother.
Yes.
Make sure you
thank
come
you
back.
for joining with
yes,
us.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Every Thursday this time.
Make sure you check out RX Hemp, RXHemp-USN saves you 10% on your order. And then the store that we, of course, we're talking about is Teespring/stores/unwrapped. We all have merch. Go check it out. Backstop has our merch. You're right, Skura. Madden is absolutely disrespecting me. Unbelievable. I don't know how they're doing that. Great show. We appreciate you, Julian. Like I said before, we appreciate you stopping by. And then, of course, we're on Patreon. $1, you're supporting the team. $5, you get the Discord access. You also get entered in. See, I don't know if are we still doing the Amazon gift card giveaway?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that one.
I'll have to check on that, but you get the Discord. You get 10% off the store I was just talking about. And then for $10 a month, you get entered into a David Montgomery signed jersey giveaway. The 10% goes to 20%. You get access to the Discord. So make sure you go and check out the Patreon Unwrapped Sports. But other than that, Michael, fantastic time as always. Skura, thank you for being here. Julian, a legend.